If your child still feels behind in GCSE Maths revision, I'm going to show you exactly how they can catch up and feel better about it and reduce the panic and the stress and the anxiety. But before we dive into this, do me a massive favor. I want to welcome you to this community. Please click subscribe so you see all the videos and everything I post. It comes back up on your newsfeed. Click like, and if there's anything you find useful in the video, I want to know below. So comment in the comment section. So this is how you catch up without panicking. So let's start with the problems that we see, and then we're going to fix them. Three problems I normally see, key problems, is everything now feels super urgent, and your brain tries to do everything at once. That never works. Number two, they compare themselves to their friends. If their friend is on target and then their mock result was 1 grade off or 2 grades off, they're going to compare themselves. That's going to help. That's going to make them feel panicked. So stop comparing themselves to others. It's going to make you feel further behind. Number three is panic makes you avoid revision because it feels overwhelming and we want to avoid feeling overwhelmed. So we tend to avoid the thing that triggers that overwhelm. So here are, I think I've got 6 actions. Yes, 6 actions. So I'm going to give you 6 ideas of things that you can do to fix this problem. And I only want one thing from you as I'm going through this. I want you to not think to yourself, that's not going to work with my kid. I want you to think, if we absolutely had to make this thing work, how could I make it work? And you'll be surprised by how many tips you can implement and have significant improvement by going into this with that mindset. So here's action one. Stop trying to catch up because you're not revising the whole course. What you're trying to do is close some gaps. So what you could do is start with what are the three biggest gaps holding me back. So what you could do is go to something like Maths Genie, go on GCSE revision, and let's say they're on foundation, and maybe go through some of these and I don't know, look at grade three and you go, I know they're not very good at ratio, so I'm going to click on the ratio questions, click on the ratio video, and I'm going to make them go through this video, which is 7 minutes long. That is a great way to plug the gap because then they can go through some of the questions, they can mark their answers, which would be here with written solutions, by the way. So great form of answers there. And that's a great way to plug a gap. Okay. So just three. We're not trying to fix everything. We're just trying to fix a few things. Okay. Action number two. I want you to focus on marks, not time lost. Because let's face it, they're not behind. They are just where they're at. You can't get the time back, but you can gain marks. So ask, which topics give me the fastest marks? Which topics come up every year? So what you can do for this one, which I probably should have wrote down this, if you type into Google first class maths, then your child's exam board, then common topics. So you might type in AQA, first class maths, common topics. It comes up with a list of all the topics which turn up like 90% of the exams, 80% of the exams, and so on. Action three, build a catch up routine. Don't want to call it catch up routine though. Call it mark gaining routine or grade raiser routine, something like that. I would say mark raiser routine, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Or just revision plan. So, not I'm going to revise for 3 hours a day because it's unrealistic. Do 30 minutes and say, I'm going to do at least 30 minutes. If I want to do more, I'll do more. Brilliant. But I'm not going to skip my 30 minutes. And consistency is going to close that gap faster than any intense burst is going to. If they want to go and do the intense burst, by all means. But the consistency is I'm going to do it for at least 30 minutes. Action number four is use the fix it cycle. So after every session, I want you to mark your work, write down what went wrong, learn that topic, then redo similar questions. So it could be something simple like do a test paper, log what things went wrong, go and fix those. So you can go and fix them by using Maths Genie. You can watch the videos, go and fix them. Take another test paper, compare your scores. My score went from a 10 out of 80 marks now to 15. Great. That's the progress. That's the catch up. That's what we're aiming for, closing the gaps. Action five is track progress in small wins. So write down something like, let's say we have done the share and ratio, whatever it is. You say, I just mastered share and ratio. I improved. So I did ratio and I don't know, I did question 10 and got 4 marks. I did question 11, got 3 marks, whatever I did. So you can say, I've probably improved my grade by 2 or 3 marks by doing that one session. You could do that. I feel more confident. So you're tracking the progress through those small wins there. Okay. So you need proof that you're moving forward And that's the proof because you're tracking that, you're logging that. Action 6 is drop the comparison completely. So everyone has got that one friend who's just a genius. They don't need to work hard. They don't need to revise. They just rock up to the exam and they get grades 7, 8s, and 9s by not doing. If that's not you, who? Who cares? So, doesn't matter. You need to you need to work with the cards that you've been dealt with. Because I've always got this analogy that everyone has an exact amount of questions that they need to practice to be able to master a topic. If you've got your genius mate who mastered a topic in 2 questions and then you can't do it in 2 questions, nothing you can do about it. You can't do it in 2 questions, that's fine. Your brain type might specifically need 60 questions. So now the question then becomes, are you willing to do 60 questions? Because if you do 30 questions, you might have a half chance of getting it right in the exam. So you leave it to chance. So if we could think about what is the exact amount of questions that you could do to guarantee that you get it right in the exam, and I could say to you, right, for this topic, it's 60 questions. Would you do the 60 questions? If the answer is yes, put in the work, let's do the 60 questions. If the answer is no, that's fine, but we are leaving things to chance. So let me know in the comment section. Anything that you think you're willing to try here, get your child to try, I would love to hear. So my final thought is catching up is not about speed, it's about direction. Slow, focused, consistent. That's how you close the gap. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you click like and subscribe. And if you do need any extra help, you're more than welcome to book in a free revision class. Okay, so everyone gets the first trial class for free. But if you want to, you're welcome to book in a free 7-day trial on my school platform. It's where I keep all my live sessions. So even if you didn't want to stay full time, you're more welcome to just book 7 days for free and see how it goes, because you can get 3 expert sessions, which you're more welcome to join. And after that, if you do want to stay, it's only £59 a month for all maths lessons. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us, and I shall see you guys in the next one.